Welcome back to Unfiltered, presented by Hustle. I'm Jay Skyline.
James.
Got Malachi behind the boards, and we about to get into this sports talk. And before every season, we always do one of two things. We do the Steelers schedule, and we do the divisions. We're gonna hit the divisions next week. With what did we say about the Steelers? I think we'll understand where we fall on the Steelers and divisions today. But we'll be able to tell you everybody else next week. So before we get into that, because apparently these two just don't live this life like I do. I got to give them up a little update on what's going on with the Steelers. I'm not going to lie. Draft-wise, stuff wasn't that exciting. They did what they did. They got some upgrades. The big thing is the quarterback situation. Y'all have a lot more hope for both of them niggas than I do.
I could see Justin Fields being somebody. I could see Russell Wilson guiding him there in some type of way. I don't see Russell being that bad of a quarterback.
I don't even think it's just them two. For one thing, I don't think the offensive coordinator they hired is the person they should have fucking hired, but it's not Matt Canada, so. But, yeah, no, like, Russ, again, there's a show right before we went on our hiatus where I made it very clear, and I stole this from Bo. Mike Tomlin is functioning as a black person that doesn't seem to think they're going to have their job much longer. Like when you're the manager of a Popeyes and you started off with like a white and black crew, and at some point the whole restaurant just went black, and shit kind of went different. So yeah. And my thing is, like I said before, and I got this from the direct part is, as a black man, if I think I might lose my job, I'm not gonna let two other mediocre black motherfuckers make me lose my job. Russell Wilson, no matter what anybody says, has been about mediocre the last few years. Last year has been the best of his last few years. But that still made his coach decide to have the biggest cap deficit in NFL history to get rid of this nigga. Which I don't know if that's just Sean Payton being racist or if Sean Payton does not fuck with Russell Wilson for other reasons. Because 80-something million cap deficit makes it seem like that's basically saying you can't do shit for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So you basically was like, I don't want Russell Wilson around here so badly because he's still going to get his money. That's the reason the Steelers aren't paying him anything. So no matter what Russell Wilson does this year, it is what do they call it? Like basically just like shooting like whatever. Like it's whatever. That's basically what whatever happens with Russ is whatever. It's really up to Mike Tomlin to decide when it's deciding to pull the plug on this. I'm paying Russell Wilson $1,000 a week to be here because the Broncos still have to pay him all that fucking money.
Yeah.
They paid him to leave. That's crazy. So, and that's why his contract is so low, because basically whatever the Steelers paid him, they took from the Broncos, but they had to give him, like, the league minimum, basically. So I'm like, and then
doing it this year.
Then they got Justin Fields, I think, on his rookie deal still.
Yeah.
So Justin Fields is, again, this is the crazy thing about the Bears. The Bears got the draft pick they got because of a trade, not because they were bad. They were 6-6. Average. Justin Fields does have like an injury history to a bit, but again, hasn't shown like what he was drafted to be. Also, this is the second time in 6 years that the Steelers have decided that the Bears reject first round pick is where they need to go. Just throwing that out there. Like I know we're like Justin Fields because he's black, but I'm like, hey man, we had Mitch Trubisky, and Mitch Trubisky at least got the Bears to the playoffs. That did happen. Mr. Trubisky got to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I think give Justin Fields a chance. I think he's all right. You know, I think he's going to be a decent quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be our future, but I think I see a good one. I think we can make playoffs, definitely.
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's the time for us to get into the inners and outs of the schedule for y'all today. Malachi had to step away, but we'll get his updates on these. But we got the first game, Steelers at Falcons. Falcons have Bijan Robinson. They got the wide receiver core up. They got Kirk Cousins. They got the backup first-round pick if Kirk Cousins has something go wrong. And then the Steelers, with the quarterback experiment, George Pickens. They never got Ayuk. Y'all been hoping Ayuk was coming for like 3 weeks, and that never happened. It's defense. Hey, the one thing I will say about the Steelers until the end is the Steelers have a top 5 defense. Until TJ Watt leaves, they have a top 5 defense. I can't say anything about the offense outside of George Pickens because Najee hasn't shown anything, and they won't start Jalen Warren for some reason. Even though I believe Jalen Warren's the better back at this point. So
Wow.
there ain't no reason for me not to think that Jalen Warren's not better than Najee Harris. Najee hasn't shown a damn thing since he was in Alabama, behind a better offensive line. So Steelers, Falcons. Who wants to go first?
I'll say Steelers.
Oop. Steelers. All right. And I'm going Steelers for the first game.
All right.
So after
You
that,
hyped that up pretty high, and you're going with the Steelers?
it's going to change. The second game is Steelers at Broncos. Broncos is with Bo Nix. They're the fourth or fifth quarterback pick in the first round out of Oregon. The rest of the team is kind of just
Yeah.
So I'll start this one. I'm going with Steelers. I think the Steelers will get 2-0 and make y'all very happy very quickly, and then life will change. Broncos.
Broncos, Steelers?
This also is why I actually think Mike Tomlin might keep his job this year, is because of how this year starts. But that's if it's
You want Steelers? It's on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
Broncos.
no, you're not.
at least he's being realistic.
Wow.
Switching up. It's different milk this year, baby.
Damn.
Still love the Steelers.
He just wants to win.
Damn.
He started being third of year.
Bo Nix.
So after that, we got the Chargers coming to Pittsburgh. It's the home opener, September 22nd, 3 weeks in. We got the Justin Herbert. Jim Harbaugh's back. Yeah, because John's in Baltimore. Jim Harbaugh's back off the scandals of winning a national championship in Michigan. So, James, you can start it off on this one, I guess.
Steelers again.
Okay.
I'm going Steelers now. Home opener? Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first against the Steelers. I'm going Chargers. This is where I think we're going to start seeing like talent differences, very, very significant.
Home opener.
I think
Really?
because I think the first two games are going to be low scoring games. So I don't think I don't think the two offenses are going to be able to do much against the defense. This is the first offense we're going to actually see. So that's where I'm going Chargers. After that, we got Steelers at the Colts. I guess I'll start off on this one. I'm going the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson and the Colts are going to be having a very big year this year, and this is where I think the season starts turning on the Steelers a little bit. So, either one of y'all.
I'm going to stick with the Steelers on this. I'm back to my, bandwagon.
I think the Colts will take it out. I mean, no. I think they'll get the win.
So you got Colts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I might give it, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so far everybody's standing on.
All right, after that, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the actual dates, so I know it's a night game. Don't know if it's Thursday or Monday or Sunday night, but I know it's a night game because it's 8:20 start. Cowboys coming to Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Mook, I'll let you start that off.
Oh.
It's in October.
The Cowboys.
It could be a Thursday night game. I just don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is.
Mm.
I'm just saying I don't like if it's a Thursday night game. I think it matters a little differently sometimes.
Yeah, it's probably
depending on who's
Sunday
home and away.
It's a Sunday night, I think.
This one, my hatred for the Cowboys has to
I respect that,
lead. So I'm going Steelers all day on this one.
James.
I have to go to the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys with y'all. It's one of the few things I resonate with y'all with when it comes to the Steelers. But I'm just being realistic about life.
I want to be, no matter what I want to be on that one, I cannot pick the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys are going to be one of the better teams in the league. It's just they don't do nothing. Like they're going to make the
They'll do
playoffs.
nothing late. Like they'll make waves and stay in it, but they're not in that game. Field goal that game.
So after that, this is one of the games where I think it's going to be a very interesting game to watch on TV because I feel like it's one of the teams that's like just like the Chargers, where I think a lot of people will end up in your stadium more than your home fans sometimes. They're going over. My bad. Well, no, I did say they're going to the Raiders. I didn't say the other part. They're going to Las Vegas. I think there will be a ton of Steeler fans in Las Vegas. I also think Las Vegas is planning to probably start Jimmy Garoppolo as their quarterback. I could be wrong. If they do that, if they do that, they're gonna have problems. So, but I'll kick it off. I'm going with the Steelers. That'll be my third Steeler to win. I think it's been a while.
Yeah, you got them losing 3 in a row.
Where y'all going? It could be either one of y'all.
Let's go with the Steelers.
Steelers? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you was going with the Raiders.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that
going
is
with
one
the
of
Raiders.
your.
I thought he was going with the
That
Raiders.
was one of your satellites.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one.
Old rivalry. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
So he's going. He's notice he's picking and choosing like his strategy. Going against me. Like y'all two will bounce back and forth, but like I've honestly I feel like me and Matt we've only gone into I think halfway through October. If I had to make my own prediction, me and Malachi are probably going to be fine because I'm going to be wrong. It's not like I'm going to be perfectly right against the Steelers. Be doing stuff, but you, you got the Malachi schedule.
Yeah.
So after that, we have another night game. I do not know what day of the week it is. James does math quickly. He might figure it out. But
I think it's another Sunday. Yeah.
It's Jets at Steelers. I'll kick it off. This isn't about the Steelers. This is about how I feel about the Jets. I actually think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets is going to be cooking. So I'm going with the Jets. I don't think I think this shit's going to get real.
It's Sunday night.
Wattage. We're going all Watt on this one. We're going Steelers.
Nah, I'm going to have to give this one to the Jets.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
You believe in Aaron too?
It's a good team.
It's
a really good team.
The problem is Aaron gets hurt. Because we do the week predictions. If
well.
Aaron Rodgers is not playing, I will not be picking him.
Yeah,
he'll be doing well prior to this week.
Yeah.
And this week it'll be defensive shutdown on Steelers.
This is other Achilles.
Now
Steelers
weirdly,
play differently, in different times. It's a scoring team, it's a defensive team, it's a special team. So this will be a defensive game where you think Rodgers gonna get off and Watt's like, nah.
So weirdly, the very next week they are back on a night game against the Giants. Usually this happens when the teams are coming to New York and they'll play teams like back to back. I don't know a lot of times when the Jets and the Giants go to cities back to
They're
back.
both coming to Pittsburgh.
On night games, October 20th and then October 28th.
Hang out at
The Halloween,
airport.
the
All
Halloween.
fans hang out at the airport because you about to get teams coming in and going in. Better get them coming in because they're gonna be winners when they come in, but they're not. They're gonna be losers.
Oh, this is why I switched up. I'm definitely. I guess we're just doing whatever. I'm going with the Steelers. Giants.
Yeah.
Giants might be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers.
This is when I go with the podcast. This is when I go with y'all as sports.
Because you ain't picked none of your NYC.
Yeah, I know, and this would be the team I picked.
You could do it. That's a
This is the team I
tiebreaker.
would
That's a
pick,
possible nice tiebreaker.
But the way y'all are, I don't know. This is where I would pick though. Above Buffalo and the Jets, I would definitely pick the Giants. But I don't know. The way y'all just said that shit, I feel like I ain't see some shit on sports that I was supposed to see. And I'm gonna stick with y'all and go Steelers on this one.
After that, and I won't go first on this one because I actually have to think about it a little bit. Steelers at the Commandos. Yes, we're back with the Commandos. I'm not saying that shit.
Damn.
This is like your one of your just behind Detroit, but you still care about DC.
I definitely have no extra care for I care for the Maryland. I have more for that side.
Yeah.
DC is not in that, and definitely I'm not with the name change.
No.
I'm not with it. I'm not a sucker with that. I just like Redskins.
Just gotta run it.
All right. I just hired some fucking Indians.
So,
The whole backstory is they were cool with it.
So, what team y'all rolling with on this one? Commanders?
The Steelers.
And, well, he already said before, the Commanders have, the weirdest trajectory I've seen on watching stuff. It seems like people believe, it looks like if, with the new schedule, you can't say 8-8, but it looks like people are 9-8, 8-9. The Commanders are one of those teams, like how people used to talk about the Browns, and now the Browns,
Yeah.
with or without
So
the
they can fuck you up, kind of.
Yeah.
This is week what?
It's November 10th. I'm not sure a week. So
9, 10, 9.
So that's on you. I'll let you go on this one.
They're here?
No, it's on DC. Or I guess Langford.
That's week 9.
Week 9 up there. It's kind of cold.
We have a colder. What you mean?
I know. I'm trying to just throw all variables into the game.
1 o'clock game.
I think I'm gonna be wrong earlier and not at this game for picking the Steelers.
I think I'm gonna roll with the Commanders, but this is one of the most of the games I've picked. I've been really confident in my picks.
You got to at least call them they real names. Gonna pick them. That don't sound. Like, you gonna pick them and still disrespect them, like.
I'm disrespecting until the end.
Like, disrespectfully, but y'all gonna win. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
I just said they might win 9 games. Like it's not even like I think they're terrible anymore. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the Commandos. This is where the Steelers schedule at the end gets crazy. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
It's
Here come the division because we ain't played nobody yet.
And there's still 2 non-division games that's ridiculous too.
Okay.
But yeah, everything else is division.
Yeah.
Ravens at Steelers. Because it's at Pittsburgh, I'm going to I'm picking
Come
Pittsburgh.
on, Porky.
I'm picking Pittsburgh because I've always gone with at least whoever's the most important rival, they're going to split. I still think the Ravens and the Hearts are the most important.
We already know that's how it goes. It's gonna go 1-1 somewhere.
Where y'all
Since
going?
he might get a 1-1. It hurts me to pick Ravens. It hurts me to pick Ravens. I'm picking Ravens.
You picking Ravens? What about you, James?
I made it easy now, so I mean, and you know I still got my tie in there that I'm picking. You know I pick a tie every year.
You got to figure it out between now and here.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I know you ain't doing it for the 2. Well, you don't know the rest of the schedule.
I know we still play Cincy.
Well,
That's all I'm gonna say. I know where my tie's going because I know who we still play.
So I'm pretty. Well, I know.
I think it's gonna be the Steelers gonna get this W.
Okay.
That's tough.
So because I
bad.
weirdly can tell by the math, I'm 90% sure the next game is the Thursday night game. It's Steelers at Browns. I'm going Browns just based off the Thursday night of it. But I'm pretty sure because it's the 17th and the next game is the 21st. That's a Thursday night game.
So at Browns Thursday night, I think we're gonna run this shit on these night games.
I'm fine with that. Malachi?
What up? You picked who?
Browns.
You picked Steelers.
Yeah.
I picked Ravens the week before. I'm definitely not doing that. For Cleveland. Steelers.
After that, we got the Steelers at the Bengals, 1 o'clock December 1st. I'll let Malachi go first on this one.
Tie. There's my tie.
There's your tie.
There's my tie.
James.
That's a nice changeup. Wow.
That's my tie.
That's big. That's big money right there. I think we need to up these points.
I'm a gambler.
I think we should up the points for the tie. You should get like 5 points. That's like I think we said 2.
It's 2 because you picked both teams. He's trying to pick a tie, but he wants more.
No. But I think like if you got it, would you be mad at that? 5 points helped you
I'm
out.
not mad at the 2.
He's the only person picking ties.
I'm the only one who's ever picked one.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think you picked
Every season.
I think you picked the tie one time, James.
Yeah.
And like I ain't never picked the tie because I just don't want to risk my life like that.
You don't want to risk it. Just
It's
1 point.
It's double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Because you got to get through overtime. You got to get through the tie of the end of the game and overtime.
And the right game for it. Like, it's going to happen in the league.
Yeah, it happens like once or twice a
year.
You're saying the Steelers are going to have one.
And that week.
It'd be different if we were crazy enough to do like a 3-hour episode of every single game. Then I would probably make my chance of.
I'd probably be like 3 ties.
Yeah, I'll pick 3 ties. Like I would risk it on 3 ties.
Yeah.
But I can't just say.
Chargers definitely tied. I don't know why. Chargers is always tied. Like Chargers Cardinals tied. Like, yup, I bet it would be. Like,
so, where are you going with it, James?
if that happens, I want 5 points, James.
Yeah.
Chargers Cardinals. If that happens, I'm putting that on the side.
But on the
Chargers,
that's a real game.
Yeah. Somehow, and whenever they play, 2047.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Steelers can run this one.
You're on bad. You're on Steelers.
That's tough, yeah.
I'm on Bengals. After that, we got the Browns here in Pittsburgh, December 8th.
Damn, that's like damn back to back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see that color that many times. Shit, brown, orange, brown, like fuck.
Well, I'm assuming because the Browns' Thursday night game is home. Well, no, that might actually be an all orange jersey coming out of them. Because of the they might still run a colorish type of thing, or they could do all brown, but there's usually a monochromatic scene, unless they have a throwback, which is not much different either.
Yeah.
What we say? Oh yeah, Browns at Steelers, December 8th. I think this is gonna be the Steelers for me. I'm not. The whole thing with the Browns is the team is great.
Yeah.
The problem with the Browns for me is the team is great, but the nasty man hasn't figured out how to play football since he isn't getting his rub and tug no more. So until they figure out what they're gonna do with the nasty man that's making over $200 million, guaranteed. I just don't know what this like. The team is great, defense is great, offense is great, but the dude that needs to get a rub and tug to play good isn't playing good.
Man, you just
All right.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying? He's winning or not? Tugging.
He said he can't win without it. So
Yeah.
he's saying it's still
I can't pick the Browns twice until I know they're consistent.
You won't. Okay, and it's late in the season too.
Like,
It's
I picked-
the end
I-
of the season.
You
This
saying
ain't
that, like,
beginning,
you're saying
this ain't
that there's-
mid-game season.
That's my
This
confusion.
is
Is
the Browns at the end of the season.
I,
too.
that's how confused I am. Like, there's some teams where I'm like, I think they might not be good early, but I think they'll pull out. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where the Browns are gonna be. I think they might just stumble the whole season. Where y'all with the?
So who'd you pick?
I picked the Steelers.
Okay,
James, what's wrong?
Nothing.
there was a couple stumbles in there.
I think the Browns get this one.
Okay, you did go Steelers last one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, can I pick the Browns? But realistically, the Browns can win.
In Pittsburgh. That's what I said, and I picked it.
I was with
I don't
you
know.
a week, 2 weeks prior to picking the Steelers in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm for the division games. I'm hard pressed.
But that's a
pick
Monday
against.
night, I think.
Which one? This one? Or the other one?
The other one was a Monday night, I think.
The
Yeah,
Browns one?
or a Thursday night.
I'm pretty sure that Browns one's Thursday night.
Yeah, so that's a
That's
Thursday
still-
night. So I'm kind of like, this is a big.
Yeah, the big stage.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter whose field got it. It's gonna be Steelers.
Yeah.
That's the real home.
Yeah, that's how you.
But it's like this is a 1:00 game
Yeah.
in
Browns gonna
Cleveland.
get some
Like, but it's
bullshit.
it's gonna be they got their
Yeah.
ass whooped. They're gonna
27,
they're gonna do something on the
21,
field. They're gonna do
bullshit.
some wild shit in their
I'm
field.
kind of with you.
Go ahead, but no. But,
No, I'm going Browns.
Okay. After that, we got Steelers at Eagles, December 15th. I think it's still on Sunday. I know in December they start doing Saturday games, but I think it's still on Sunday. I could be wrong. I'm going to roll with the Eagles. They're going to get that Keystone rivalry trophy, whatever they do.
Man, Cleveland.
Keystone
Philly,
Light.
This is too much. Like, this is too much. Like,
no, you're about to
we
hear
got
some more.
Fucking Maryland, Cleveland, fucking Philly.
I mean, they just went three. They just did 3 games in a row against Cleveland teams, and before that, they did 2 teams in Maryland because they did the Commandos and the Ravens.
Now we in Philly.
And before that, they had 2 games in New York. Like they just cleaned up the whole end of the
This is
season.
Steelers.
We're just gonna
I'm
be
picking
fighting the
Steelers.
whole entire
Is this
East
after the bye
Coast.
week? Where was the bye week at?
The bye week been gone, but
Okay.
I will go back and try to
Because I
figure
thought this
out
might
where
have
I
been the
missed.
other. If it would have been before this, that'd have been like Steelers and then Philly. That'd have
Yeah.
been back to back again to me. You stay home and then you play Philly.
The bye week is after Halloween, between the Giants and the Commandos.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a while. Okay.
So, James, did you pick the Steelers?
The
Eagles?
Eagles.
Was it question mark?
Also, this will be Kenny come back, even though he will not be playing. I promise you, he won't be playing. I don't even know if he'll be on the team.
No, Kenny's not gonna get the revenge. We're kicking their ass. We're winning. Yeah, fuck
Now
that.
that you added that,
Yeah.
definitely wasn't going to pick Pickett.
Oh. I'll go ahead, start him. Jalen,
Demolished.
I promise you, if we,
TJ's be like,
Because
remember
again,
when I was.
Defensive schemes, let's go.
because again, I said like we do the week to week picks. I promise you, if by the time we get to this game and Kenny Pickett is playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, I will be picking the Steelers. And because I think we do the scores, I will be picking a very wide fucking score. But after that, we got the Steelers Ravens December 21st. I'm pretty sure this is still Sunday, but whatever day the next game is, I know it's Christmas, but I don't know what day of the week it is because it looks like the game's only 4 days fucking apart. But it's Steelers at Ravens.
I'm going Steelers. Let me.
I'm going Ravens. It's in Baltimore. I'm going Ravens.
I picked the Ravens here last one, so.
James.
Maybe Ravens.
Maybe.
We need a pick. Are you picking tie or Ravens?
Hmm?
'Cause maybe sounds like a tie.
That sounds like a tie. I think I'm gonna go with the tie.
You gonna go for the tie? You gonna make a tie in this year?
I'll put the tie right here. 21st.
21st.
I think he's going for snowstorm.
Is it going to be just all running?
Delayed time?
Not delayed time. I just think it's going to be like how like that rain game with the.
Low scores or field goals, or maybe not even.
They're just running the whole time. There's nothing
Right.
going on. There's nothing. Everyone's just cold, and people just want somebody to win, but nobody can put any points up.
No one wins.
But at least we can go home.
Yeah.
Everybody loses tonight.
Because if it was baseball, we'd be here forever.
Mm-hmm. All right, James. Time. When was mine at?
You did the Commandos or no? No, you did Bengals. One of the Bengals games. The first Bengal game because we haven't got to the second Bengal game.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I wrote Steelers in there.
we got Christmas Day, 4 days after the last game because I think Christmas is on a Friday.
I think it's like a Wednesday or something.
Well, it's December 25th, and I know it's Christmas.
We know what day it is. We were all certain it was the 25th, Jordan. We were all certain.
Yeah, we knew that.
He said, well, it's December 25th. No shit. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Hasn't changed, but
I
know when it does.
I had the mix up of like Thanksgiving changing, so it was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's still wrong. I'm still gonna take my own. But
man, say, it's December 25th. Like,
after that, we got the Chiefs at the Steelers on Christmas. I'm just going to go ahead and say my piece. It's the Chiefs. If they want to pick the other team, that's fine. I would like my point today against everybody.
it's playoff time. Like, it's getting the end of the season. It's when
That's
shit counts.
You think like
Listen,
if they already
Play
you
their
think
game.
That is your one saving grace. Is that the Chiefs
rock the whole season? Why not bench him?
Time out. If the Chiefs are not undefeated, but they have clinched the AFC West, my bad. And I'll give a quick rundown in my head. I ain't gonna say nothing, but let me think real quick. Only team that I could think is like a real challenge is the Chargers, but they have a new coach. Not a first-year coach, because their coach took the 49ers to the Super Bowl with Kaepernick before and just won a national title in college. College ain't the same, but he has been a pro coach and was a former NFL quarterback. So, like, Jim Harbaugh is not a new coach to this.
Yeah, he's not new to this.
Like, to me, it's almost the
You
same.
think they got to clinch the first or second seed?
There's only one seed that gets back.
Oh, the first seed. Do you think they won it or not?
If they clinch the one seed, Steelers. I'm not changing my pick. I'm just telling y'all what I think happens.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to play Patrick. If they don't play Patrick, the Steelers probably got it. If they play Pat, y'all do what y'all want, but I'm going with Jordan.
I'm going to Steelers, you fuck. Just like the way I knew something in that I didn't like. I don't know. It was a tone or something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
That's tough.
Also,
I'm gonna
y'all defending over the idea that I think this would be number 5 for the Chiefs. They won the 3rd Super Bowl, and then they've won 3 with Pat.
Okay.
And
So
they're going for a 3-peat, but this would be their 5th overall.
That's all right. I think I can kind of live with that.
What, him being?
Them having 5, not 3-peating. I mean,
That's a whole other record.
Yeah.
That's a tie for the Steelers. Technically, it's a tie with a couple teams, but it's a tie because Steelers are one of the only teams to have a back-to-back. I mean, Patriots, 49ers. I'm not sure who else.
I ain't worried about it. Well,
Yeah.
Also, I think they're going to break the. Eventually, I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to breaking the Bills record because we don't talk about it. But the Bills were 4-time AFC champions in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they have a chance to break that record too.
Damn.
They sucked after that.
Yeah.
That next banner never got stitched.
So, but all right,
I'll pick the Chiefs.
Oh, you pick the
Chiefs after all that.
Yeah.
and we have the last game of the year: Bengals at Steelers, and this is where I do. See, this is tough because I don't.
The Bengals the first time.
Yeah, but this is where it's tough because I don't know if I would only pick the Steelers if I thought the Bengals were not going to. Because the Steelers I think have ability to be swept by the division. I don't think they're going to split everybody. My issue is I don't know how good the Bengals are going to be and if they're going to actually be able to contend with the Ravens for the division. And if they're in a position where the Ravens have clinched the division and the Bengals have clinched a playoff spot, but they're not going to be battling the Ravens, this game won't matter. Now, if the game matters, yeah, I'm Bengals. And I think I'm rolling with Bengals because I think the game will matter. I'm pretty sure my schedule for the Steelers is like 5-13 or some shit.
No, there's no way. I think I'm gonna let the Steelers get this one. They're gonna make the playoffs, obviously, with the.
But that's the big thing about the last two games. I think the Ravens will still be battling for something
Well,
3 weeks
Steelers.
out. But the last two games, with how good the Chiefs and the Bengals could be, I think those two teams have a chance for benching people. I think the Ravens, because of the fact that the Ravens don't play good against two teams, the Steelers and the Chiefs. I think Lamar has to figure it out, and they're going to have to force him to figure it out no matter what. Excuse me.
What did the little demon inside of you just? What did he decide? 'Cause he had a lot to say just now. I think he was picked up on the mic. He might be clearer than me on the mic today. Real shit.
Yo.
All right, you got us going 6-11. Just letting you know.
Told you.
All right.
All right.
It's a little rough. Damn.
They start 2-0.
They start 2-0.
Think about how bad things got to go for them to win 4 games after going 2-0.
James has them 12-4-1.
It's fucking crazy. That means they win the division, James. I don't like you really
Yeah.
think they win the division.
12-4-1 like that. They got the tiebreaker. From who did I give that tiebreaker to? Oh, the Ravens. December 21st. 0-0.
I have a 12-4-1 as well.
Okay.
Me and James have the same record.
Oh, I take back what I said. I thought your record was going to be closer to like 10. Well, you said 10-4-1.
12.
12-4-1.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be closer to 10 or 9 wins. I thought that would be more real. Like I think there's an upside of 9 wins.
I kind of went crazy towards the end. I was
Yeah.
going realistic, I guess, with you early.
Yeah.
And then
And
once
then
and then
kinda
once
tailored to straight Steelers back again.
once
Yeah,
once
to the time,
once
like,
once it turned
Brandon
into division rivals.
Yeah,
that
for
was just-
everybody in the division. There's no way I picked them. Like that's just hard to do. Like
See, this is where I think things will change. Once we're picking every week, I think because what do we combine the scores or what do we do? Like we combine the scores off of this with our picks for weekly.
no, we just remind ourselves what we picked before, just in case you want to kind of go back to your
So,
predictions.
so yeah, I think by the
Yeah,
time
weekly it gets kind of like so and so's out, but you get more stats.
once
Like
once
so and so's out. It's
What-
raining tonight. Like
once y'all get to the real of the season, I feel like we all going. Let me put it like this: we will be a lot closer in real life once we really see what the team looks like.
I feel like we always end close. Like that 6-11 is
Yeah.
rough though. You got a
Yeah.
straight game.
You have them back to back, like pretty much like almost
You
like
might have to do a separate
6 and 6.
Rams one to see where you're at with your team. I might
It's
need
not
to
gonna
see-
be. It's gonna be.
I might need to see a Rams weekly from you because that's harsh.
I can do it
You're
real
a
quick.
50-50 team person, so Steelers would probably this is probably the roughest podcast on the Steelers because you're not a Steeler fan per se. You're a 50% Steeler fan, and I'm a Steeler fan just off heartbeat and not knowing stats.
yeah.
So it's never like, oh, they're great this year. Move needs to really support. I'm just supporting regardless. I don't fucking know nothing.
Yeah.
Real quick, I can do this in less than a minute since I don't have to do the dialogue and y'all don't have to do picks. First game, Rams Cardinals. I'm gonna go Rams, but I think later in the season they're probably gonna lose. Just because Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna be something real. But Rams first game, 49ers Rams. I'm going 49ers in the second game. Rams at Bears. It hurts my soul. Bears. I think Caleb Williams is gonna be something for real. Packers at Rams. I actually think the Rams can upset the Packers. Raiders at Rams. I'm going Rams. Vikings at Rams. I'm going Rams. Rams at Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. Dolphins at Rams. I'm going Dolphins. Rams at Patriots. I'm going Rams. Strictly off the fact that, again, like the Giants, I do believe the Patriots will be one of the worst teams in the league. 1 to 3 wins, probably. Eagles at Rams. Eagles. Rams at Saints. Rams. Bills at Rams. Bills. Rams at 49ers. 49ers. Rams at Jets. I'm actually going to pick the Jets. I think there's chances for Aaron to slip up through the season.
And
Cardinals,
it's against your team, huh? That's funny here.
Cardinals at Rams. I'm going Cardinals. Rams at Seahawks at the end of the season. Rams.
Do you have any Sunday nights or Monday nights or something, or Thursday nights?
I believe the Rams at 49ers is a Thursday night. I believe
What's
the Eagle.
Game?
Yeah.
No, 17 games.
What did I miss?
Just a 1 game loss somewhere. I got lost somewhere.
I'm not sure where you
I got you at 7-6. Or 7-9.
I just don't know what game I missed.
You're running out. Yeah, I was watching you do it.
You could have said. You could have said stop.
I don't know what I was. I was just thinking I was keeping up for a minute, but somewhere in here.
I would just give them one more win. Just go with that.
Are you just gonna give them a win?
It's 8-9.
Okay. See, they're either 7-10 or 8-9.
Yeah, they're even 7-10 to 8-9.
And this is the first time I've really looked at their schedule hard. I actually thought they were a playoff team, but looking at the schedule, they have some runs with teams that I think are very good. The 2 games that are close for me are the Bears game.
16 weeks, 1 week off, so I must have did something wrong with that. Right?
No, there's 17 games.
All right, we missed the game. Yeah, we won't know. It's recorded.
But yeah, that one. So yeah, like I said, and that was just me going off their real schedule. Because again, I'm not. I go.
Schedule was we going off.
Because like I actually thought they were a playoff team until I went down and ran their schedule off without thinking about the end of what you were going to tell me. Yeah. Like I didn't stop in between thinking about what their schedule would be every time I picked. I just rattled off what these teams look like, and I was like, "This is what I think is going to happen."
Team losing too, so you got them right there in the same box as the Steelers, pretty much. Maybe 1 game above.
And my biggest thing is
above or even 2.
And my biggest thing is I don't know what the hell is going to happen without Aaron Donald.
They're going down at least. There's definitely going to be a deficit.
Yeah.
You can't have a star like that big and then be like, oh, we're the same team without him. No. That's not happening.
No.
Defensively, y'all going to be lacking a little bit.
So that's my thing. And again, I don't think I think our division's going to be decent. The 49ers are still the 49ers. They just came out the Super Bowl.
Jerry Rice is back.
Whatever. And then who was the other teams? Seahawks were decent last year with Geno. I think we're still happy Geno has a job. Everybody. And then the Cardinal again. I believe in Marvin Harrison Jr.
You believe in him? Okay.
That's all I got to say. I don't got to say the name. Y'all understand?
Okay. And Kyle Murray?
I do because Kyle Murray hasn't been playing. My bad. Let me get a little sip. That was.
He about to lie. He about to lie. Ain't been playing that bad. Wait, need some water. Just lie.
Kyler Murray hasn't really been the problem. He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
He's been hurt a lot. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That is the line of the problem.
But what I was going to say on the other thing is, if Marvin Harrison is who we think he is, it shouldn't matter. Marvin Harrison's supposed to be like his dad, like Randy Moss. Like this is supposed to be one of those.
Yeah.
He might not be. Again, I could be wrong, but it's supposed to be one of those. It's supposed to be sports car.
All right, we'll see.
So that's where I'm at with that one.
So you think that's going to be too tough? Like you don't think anybody in your team is going to stop him?
I have no idea. Again, I haven't kept up with the team's defensive upgrades or what through the offseason. I just know that I know the offense is going to be dope. So I could be wrong about some of the losses just off the fact that I believe if Matthew Stafford is healthy, with Kupp, with Nakua, with the new white, maybe mixed dude they drafted that got dreadlocks. I think that might be the next Puka. Kyron Williams seems like he's going to be decent. They're not. Apparently Tyler Higbee is injured, which I am never wishing for anybody to be hurt, but Tyler Higbee is the most mediocre tight end in the league, and we just keep giving this motherfucker money. So whoever the backup is, please take the fucking job.
Has any tight end ever been good on your team? It doesn't really matter.
I mean, from my recollection off the top of my head, no. I'm sure when somebody catches wind of this, somebody will be like, he was great tight end on your team. And I'm like, because even with the greatest show on turf, it was 2 wide receivers and a running back. So there was no need for the tight end to be that great. It was more of a blocking thing, I'm sure. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure if he was a blocking tight end, he was good.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Like, and that
tight end
And to the credit of tight ends, we discredit blocking tight ends because they don't add to the receptions.
Yeah.
But like if you spend
the running back's getting out, it's
Yeah.
because of the tight end on the end.
that's
Yeah.
my thing. Like if you
we're definitely a tight end city, so we
Yeah.
understand that like you need the tight end for the running back to get off, or the threat of the tight end for the wide receiver. Like you need that middleman.
so I'm like
That's our thing. But.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if a tight end plays 12 years, but he didn't do a lot of catching, I'm assuming that motherfucker was basically an extra tackle.
Yeah.
So
I don't utilize hands for nothing. We don't need you for catching. But I can catch. I was great in college.
I was yay. No.
Yeah, just rub nipples, son. And these hands on nipples.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. Ooh, but yeah, no, like, I lost my train of thought with that hands on nipple shit. You thought that's what the shit I was saying was wild.
Yeah.
Coach, you one-on-one. No, it ain't.
So yeah, the Rams. So yeah, like that's my thing with the Rams. But like yeah, offensively, I think they'll be great. Defensively, and like we only pick the Rams when we need an offset for the Steelers. So my pick for the Rams might be different once I think if the Rams get off hot or slow. It's really going to matter about what happens with that first 49er game this week, too. If they win or look respectful, I will be a lot higher on what I said. And if y'all want to run it back, I might pick a whole different schedule. But if they do not look good against the 49ers defensively, all bets is off. Because the 49ers is for the NFC, the 49ers are what it is. Like, no matter what the weird quarterback situation with Purdy and other people is the last couple of years. Weirdly enough, that's the thing with the 49ers. Like, they've been the pinnacle of the NFC West, probably for a while, like a lot longer than we even probably imagined. And they haven't gotten a Super Bowl since the 90s. The Seahawks have been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. The Cardinals have been to 1 Super Bowl and lost. And the Rams have been to 4 Super Bowls and won 2. The 49ers, since their last Super Bowl, have been to 3 and lost all 3. Because they went to 1 with Kaepernick, one
Buffalo, and the Bills.
But they've been more consistent than the other 3 teams.
Yeah.
Like the Cardinals, since they're 1, have not been consistent. The Rams, in that 20-year gap, that there's a real large gap between the 2 Super Bowls, the 1 win and the 1 loss, and then the 1 loss and the 1 win. And between that, it was dark.
Yeah.
And then the Seahawks have been inconsistent. Even with Russ, they were inconsistent. Like they got to the 2 Super Bowls, and then things weren't the same after that. And then we don't even talk about the Shaun Alexander Super Bowl loss to the Steelers. So Matt Hasselbeck, just we want to toss a name out there.
Okay.
So, but right before we get out of here, because I brought it up on the previous segment before we got in, Malachi, what is the backstory again between Mace just riding around in the passenger seat and walking around while 50 Cent buys him stuff in the window shopper video?
No, I don't even know how you put this one on me.
It's your because he's
To say I know the reason for that.
It's New York.
I know the Mace G Unit deal. You know
That we ain't getting no music out of.
No, we didn't. We got like maybe a feature somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind that. I don't know if it was the Diddy shit.
I think it was a Diddy thing.
I don't know if it was like a they were showing the price of everything, and I don't know why they couldn't afford it. I don't know. You trying to put me on? Like, I'm not doing that this season. I'm telling you. Like, you just gonna throw that out there like I told him some shit prior. Like, no, I didn't.
No, it's just you're supposed to have the rundown of anything that happened in NYC before 2005. Before 2005, between 2005 and Sugar Hill.
From now on, I will study all that. That's my era. 2005 back is me. 2005 back NY. I got you from now on.
But don't. Hey, wait, no. Put up a time frame because yours is way too bad.
If we was on Jeopardy, or if this was Steve Harvey, this is where I'm like, hey, Mook.
We did. I don't know how Steve Harvey hosted Jeopardy all of a sudden.
Yeah, when
I was talking about like Family Feud.
Family Feud.
This would be me. This would be where I should answer. I do not know why Mace was, letting, just ride around drinking big milkshakes and shit with 50 Cent. I do not know.
He forgot about that.
Yeah, that was one of the scenes. That's one of the things they was buying. Big ass, like $600 milkshakes type shit.
Damn.
I don't understand why it was that. But they were saying they could afford a good life and you're a window shopper. I don't know.
That's
what
top
it was.
10.
I did a window shopper little remake, but it was officially being a window shopper. But
That's like top 10 weirdest food choices for a music video. Number one will always be the Alicia Keys video with most of.
That's my shit too. You don't know my name?
Yeah.
Do you remember the order though?
Oh, well, I don't know because she remembered his order, so it'd be wild for me to remember it. Like I'm fucking.
It was like
calm down, Jordan.
it was fish and hot chocolate.
Yeah,
okay. I know that's my song, but I was not remembering the video.
Fish and hot chocolate.
I always like, hey man, if
He did because she said she used the real milk. She used to like for him, like and all that shit. I do remember that part, but I didn't like. I fuck with fish sandwiches too. I mean, I ain't mad at it.
I don't know if it was a sandwich, right? Like,
I don't know, maybe it was just a piece.
A piece of
corn.
fish.
I don't know, maybe
With
a
hot
piece of corn
chocolate?
and hot chocolate. It's winter. I don't know, but you don't know my name.
I gotta look up the comedian's name to shout him out, but my stomach's bubbling.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh no.
Fish and hot chocolate is definitely not a combo. But shout out to most definitely Alicia Keys. But yeah, I don't know why that was happening. We're gonna have to ask Mace. Someone put, someone reach out.
Right before we get out, and Luke has to, he can cut this into his own segment and make sure it gets its proper shine. High school football has been going crazy. Things have been going up and down. I'm sad we missed week 0 because I would have loved to shout out the fact that the Mars Planets went down to Orlando.
They went with planets. They went with planets. I didn't know. I didn't hear the final name.
Yeah,
no, it was the mascot they was trying.
Yeah, they
was
still
it
have
Mars?
Yeah, they still have it's a planet.
It's a planet. That's what the mascot's gonna be. Okay.
Yeah, but
because they didn't say at first.
No, because we did the mascot rundowns like the last 2 years when we talked shit about.
They just had some recent shit that said Mars was about to do mascot unveiling.
I think they just upgraded the mascot. It's still a planet.
Okay.
But they went down to Florida and beat a Florida team in the first week, and I was skeptical. Like, I'll admit, if we'd had a show before that, I'd have had to eat some crow. Because I was confused as hell.
Just because you out of town, I mean, you good. Like, there's people who's horrible out of town.
Well,
like,
I feel like if we're setting up a good match, like, you're not going to pick, like, all right, let's get...
Yeah, but I'm saying he was like, oh, they're going out of town to play Florida, they're going to lose. It was just like, I mean...
Then the other
they
weird...
could win. Like,
yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like...
And the other weird thing is week 0 to me was a lot bigger than week 1. Technically, week 0 is where they get to pick your own opponent and you can play across. Like you could either play within the boundaries or you could play out. The other,
depends on who you play. You might want to whoop someone's ass that they're talking shit that you don't play.
like Baldwin played their rival TJ, got crushed. I went and saw the game in person.
How is that your rival? It's your bully. What do you mean? It's like
they're a rival if you're not winning the fights.
I mean, they win like every 4 or 5 years.
4 straight losses, and then that's never a good fair fight.
That's what the Browns was with the Steelers for the first 20.
I don't consider them rivals. So what are you talking about?
On the other side, the game I wanted to go to wasn't much different because I was excited for this. 5A Gateway played. I'm not sure about the district, but it's not our district. They played State College. State College is a 6A team that's pretty good out of the Central.
Not our state. Oh, our state.
No, State College, Penn State. State
yeah.
Okay.
They played State College, got destroyed.
But they want to play them, so.
See what happens.
Not
yeah.
that good yet.
You ain't making the states
Sometimes
now.
I'm like, oh, y'all are.
It's the only time you ever make it the states, buddy. It's
yeah,
like,
let me go play. Yeah. See
So-
who we would rank. Oh, we ain't ready for that yet.
nah.
We're missing a bunch of matchups, and we'll probably have a more in-depth high school roundup whenever we get more time together for a show. The wildest thing for week 0 was the fact that technically Central Catholic and North Allegheny played the same school. Not in the same way. And it's the weird part is North Allegheny won Whitfield last year. They didn't win the state championship, but they won Whitfield. They beat Central Catholic for the Whitfield title. Central Catholic is more likely considered like a national team because they can recruit them. So Central Catholic scheduled, what's the name of the school? I have to go look at the fucking name of the school. The Central Catholic scheduled basically a football academy, or it's like a school like a football academy. That's a high school team still. And North Allegheny, they scheduled their national team. The school's big enough, has enough football players. They field 2 schools or 2 teams. They field a national team that plays a national schedule, and then they play
OTC team.
God damn.
and then they and then they schedule a local team that usually plays more locally. St. Francis Academy Regional, Maryland. So
God damn.
Central Catholic scheduled their national team and lost. North Allegheny scheduled their regional team and won. The weird part is I thought the game should have been reversed since North Allegheny won the title against Central Catholic last year. I found out the story is North Allegheny was looking for a week 0 opponent because something weird happened to the schedule and they lost their opponent. And they just called St. Francis like, hey, don't you have a second team? And you're already bringing a team up here to play Central Catholic because they played Central Catholic in the Wolverina because they had that bunch of games at the Wolverina for week 0. There were like 3 games a day for 2 days.
Damn.
Also,
Yeah.
there was a couple of them because Imani went out to York because York has one too in the Central PA where they have a bunch of teams play through the weekend in the first week of the year, week 0. And Woodland Hills had I think Still Valley and Clareton played. I know Clareton won that game. A couple other teams played. Woodland Hill played Erie McDowell. So yeah, there was a bunch of teams that came down from different states and stuff and played on Woodland Hills. They do that every year. And then again, there's a bunch of other matchups I'm missing on. I'm not trying to run through those off the phone. I just wanted to shout out some of the week 0 action. I will try to go find some of the week 1 action real quick and to say see how that went for y'all real quick. The week 1 Whitfield action was definitely about the same. It's been, like I said, we're going to need a couple weeks for me this year when it comes to Whitfields because it seems like there's been a lot of fall off for some teams. A lot of teams aren't the same. A lot of teams have switched divisions. Like Westinghouse lost week 1 against Beaver. And then they went out and played Langley or something from West Virginia and beat them 56-0. So
Langley from West Virginia?
Yeah.
A different Langley, okay.
Damn.
So
Clay House?
But yeah,
it was rough. 56-0, y'all was having the ball. I would love to be in the stands on the Westinghouse side because it was all fun. I'll tell you that. The stands was fun. Man.
So yeah, that's like I said, it's definitely and then the reason I was upset about not being able to shout out Mars is Bethel Park beat the crap out of Mars this week. So I'm like, and yeah, I do
shout them out because they got the ass beat. Now you don't want to shout them out. Shady ass friend.
Yeah.
Still shout out late.
So this Florida team was just a joke then.
That's what I'm saying. You can still be ass just because you're out of town don't mean you're just great.
Then a lot of games last weekend got canceled. Like Aliquippa's game didn't get played against Bell Vernon because of the rain and the thunderstorms. A lot of games. It's weird when you look at the map of games that were fully canceled and games that got played because it's just like, well, we're like, how did this game get played? But this school's like 20 miles away from this school and that game got canceled.
Well, this is how clouds and rain work, Jordan. Sometimes it don't hit everybody, motherfucker. Like,
all right, well, I didn't know you was a meteorologist.
I'm just saying. I didn't know you was a fucking D- student.
Also, so yeah, but like looking at things right now, it's just it's muddled. Like I'm looking at the standings. North Allegheny and Norwin are 2-0. Central Catholic's 0-2, but nobody's in conference play, so it doesn't matter. 0-2, 0-2 for 6A. The top 5A teams are Peters Township, Pine Richland, Upper St. Clair, Bethel Park, and Latrobe. So if Latrobe can keep up in 5A, that'd be interesting because I think they just moved up. 4A, Aliquippa won their appeal, but they haven't played a game. They don't play week 0, and they didn't get to play their game, but they're still ranked number 1 overall. Montour's number 2.
Rough Riders.
Let's go. Number 3 is Bell Vernon, but they didn't get to play any games yet either. TJ's 2-0, but they haven't played anybody worth a damn, so they haven't been moved up in the ranks. Yeah. And then Mars is still considered 5th because they're 4A and they played a 5A Bethel Park team last week, so losing to a 5A team doesn't hurt them that badly. 3A has Avonworth up top. Central Valley is 0-2 currently, and I think they're going to go play Bell Vernon this week. So, again, it doesn't matter because Bell Vernon is a 4A team and it's out of conference, but going 0-3 for Central Valley would be a shock. Beaver 2-0, number 3 ranked, also beating the number 1 ranked 1A team in the state because I think Westinghouse is still ranked 1 overall in 1A. So even with the loss, so they're still up there. Amani Christian, remember they play up on purpose now, so Amani is playing up in 3A over 2A. They're 2-0 currently, and they beat in week 0. I think they beat West Catholic out of Philly over in York. They played them in that neutral site game in Central PA. And then Highlands was 1-1. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to have to relook up where Highlands is at some point because I don't remember where Highlands is in the Whitfield map.
Yeah.
2A Seton LaSalle right now is reclaiming their dominance as a private school. Steel Valley is 1-1. South Park is 1-1. Washington's 1-1. Elwood City is 1-0, but I think it's a trust thing with Elwood City because I feel like Elwood City's one of those teams where I feel like every year it's Elwood City and Newcastle up in that area northwest where they're like they're back, and I'm like, all right, and then they're not back. So I think they're just like leveling that. Class one, Class 1A is Fort Cherry because Fort Cherry still has the guy from last year. I forget his name. Got to get my names and stuff. We're doing this quick for y'all. But Fort Cherry had the dominant kid for the quarterback last year that ran rampant through 1A. I think that's going to be the game that if we can get it in the playoffs, it'll be interesting. Is Fort Cherry and Westinghouse before the state title game. But Clareton seems back. They're 2-0. They have blown out every team they've played. I think Clareton might be real. Neshannock's 2-0, but Neshannock's kind of like another Avonworth where they're always good until they have to play teams from the actual city area. Because Neshannock's like a border Whitfield team. They're up like way north, up in like I think Lawrence County. So they're like on the border between like Lawrence and Mercer. So that's like they don't play any of the teams like in the central Whitfield. They don't play the West. Well, they're 1A. They're not playing Clareton and Jeanette. They're not playing even some of they're playing mostly Beaver County schools, but they're not playing any of the eastern schools. So like once they play eastern schools, things usually change for some reason for them. Same thing with Southside Beaver. Southside Beaver's 1-0, and then Cornell's 2-0. Cornell is going to be the one. Cornell was one of the schools last year that like was up there with Fort Cherry. They actually played a very close game with Fort Cherry last year, and that could be interesting. City League 1-0, 1-1 is Westinghouse. They are ranked number 1. University Prep is ranked 2, even though they're 0-2. I'm gonna have to go see who they played. They might have played some really tough teams. I remember their week 0 opponent was definitely tough. And then Alderdice is ranked 3 right now as a 1-1 schedule. And to shout out Malachi, I'm not going through the whole total because there are some totals for the entire state. Oh, yeah, Westinghouse is ranked number 1 overall in the state. Fort Cherry's ranked number 2.
Damn.
Actually, for the state, it's 4 Whitfield teams, and I don't know where Bishop Guffey is at. But
I think that's in Greene County.
But no, it's not in Greene County.
No.
But the Class A is Westinghouse, Fort Cherry, Clareton, and Neshannock. So the top 4 teams in the state in 1A are all from Whitfield or City League. But I was going to say, for Malachi, the number 2 ranked team in 6A that was forced up to 6A last year, 2-0 at the moment, is Emo Tip.
There we go. Let's go, Emo.
North Allegheny is 4th. For Class 5A for the total, Peters Township is our highest ranked 5A team. They're ranked number 2. Pine Richland is ranked 4, or they're tied for number 3, my bad. Peters Township is tied for 3. Pine Richland is ranked 4. 4A, we got Aliquippa as the only 4A team ranked. Haven't played a game yet, but they're still ranked number 1.
Nobody beat them.
Oh, yeah.
3A, Avonworth is our only top 5 team for the state. They are ranked 5th. And 2A, the only ranked Whitfield team in 2A is Steel Valley. So,
Okay, so I'll still go.
So we have state ranked teams in every division, but it looks like Class A is where they believe Western PA is going to shine. Also, I actually forgot, it will not happen in the playoffs because of how the playoff scenario for this cycle went. Westinghouse in District 8 is considered. Well, actually, my bad. District 8 for 1A is considered an Eastern division. So I have no idea what happens if. Basically, Westinghouse needs to win all their playoff games, or needs to win out the rest of the season, because Westinghouse, if they don't, will most likely be playing games on the other side of the state in the playoffs.
Damn.
And then if they win all those games, they would play a championship game, most likely against the Whitfield champion, because Whitfield champions usually go to the championship in 1A. So they could play Fort Cherry or Clareton in a championship game. I ain't gonna stunt with y'all. If Fort Cherry if Westinghouse makes it to the state title and they make it to a state title game against a Western PA team, we gotta go. Especially if it's something like Clareton. If it's Clareton and Westinghouse, we go.
Mm-hmm. That'd be wild, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen to Cumberland Valley, but that's the one where I'm like, I mean, I hope some other teams make it down there, but I'm like, it's like Fort Cherry's cool, but like, I don't know shit about Fort Cherry. I know it's out like by the airport.
Yeah.
So yeah, Westinghouse Clareton championship game. I say Unfiltered needs to be there. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be December, but that's what it is. That is us though for the day, folks. Jay Skyline
and James
Malachi behind the boards. We are presented, produced, and represented by Hustle.
Damn. Okay.
So that is it, and we are out, y'all. And yeah.